Leaving first. You can try.
I work at a hut just a mile up a trail in the White Mountains, and I do a lot of self-serve work with people. I help check in people and keep people safe on the trails as much as possible.
No running water, no heat other than a little fireplace or a little fire stove, and go up there for a week and basically get to live out with no self-service and kind of just enjoy the wilderness for a little bit.
I think you have to be fairly comfortable being alone and living in a remote place.
Good guest relations, because there are some nights where you have 0 people for a few days and then all of a sudden you got 40 guests and you want to make sure everybody has a quality experience.
They definitely appreciate having people with WIFR, wilderness first responder, or wilderness first aid, because it is kind of the first stop for a lot of like search and rescues in the area.
I will get kind of pent up, and so like I'll start doing like random exercises, and like I'll do like push-ups, or I will put on like Britney Spears and start dancing around the crew room.
We like to fill up hot water bottles to have on our person, or sometimes we just sleep in our sleeping bags for long periods of the day.
The hut also needs to stay above freezing, so it really isn't that chilly. I mean, we're above freezing.
We'll get up onto the roof with the ladder on certain locations. There's also a boardwalk along the roof here at Lonesome, and we have a roof rake that we throw onto the roof as much as possible to get as much snow off as we can.
This was around Thanksgiving time. I had a full hut. Everybody's doing Friendsgiving. It was great, but people kept trying to feed me.
This group of former PCT hikers came in and they did Thanksgiving, and I hiked the PCT.
Rather than a deck of cards, and this is after my blanket announcement of please stop feeding me, I get a piece of pineapple upside down cake placed in my open palm.
And they shared their wonderful meal with me, and we hung out all night.
I will never forget just that experience of having a slice of fresh baked cake just gently laid in my hand with no warning whatsoever, and the look of just utter glee, like evil glee on his face when he did it. It was wonderful.
It absolutely does get lonely.
I went 100 hours without seeing another human being.
Between Sunday night and Thursday night, no guests overnight.
I pretty much had full counts every weekend, and then I consistently had a few people every night during the week, so I pretty much was never alone.
So I fumbled around, found my head lamp, turned it on, and this animal was going across the floor in front of the bed. This pure white little weasel.
There was signs of bear activity around the lake, so that was new. I'd never seen that up close. Like poop and prints in the snow, walking up to the lake, and he was like sitting there and looking out.
I would say just being in a place like where any of the huts are located. It's really a haven in the middle of the woods.
It's really fun seeing people's like joy, and even when they're exhausted and cold and tired and wet, like there's still that like exhilaration of being out in the world and, you know, being out on trail and being in these huts, and that appreciation that really gets to you. I really love that about the job.
Thanks for being guests and coming up here. It's really delightful to meet all of you.